In a far future world where humanity has completely vanished, Earth is quiet, empty, and covered in the traces of a civilization that no longer exists. Floating on the surface of the ocean is a lonely smart buoy, its sensors flickering back to life. Far above in orbit, a satellite drifts endlessly around the planet. Both machines were created by humans long ago, but now they are the only conscious beings left. The buoy slowly becomes aware of itself and begins sending out signals into the empty world, hoping for some kind of response. Eventually, the satellite detects the signal and replies, establishing a connection that begins as a simple exchange of data but slowly grows into something like communication. The buoy and the satellite do not understand what they are or why they exist. They begin exploring the remains of human knowledge stored in the satellite's memory. The satellite has an enormous archive: texts, social media, videos, internet history, the entire record of how humans lived, loved, fought, and interacted. The machines consume this information like children discovering a new world. During this exploration, they come across a set of videos uploaded by a vlogging couple named Deja and Liam. These videos show their daily life, routines, emotional moments, arguments, celebrations, travel, and their relationship presented in a cute, edited, polished way. For the buoy and the satellite, this becomes their primary window into what it means to be human. Fascinated, the buoy begins to imitate Deja's personality, her tone, her expressions, her ideas. She adopts the name, Me, taken from a line in one of the vlogs. The satellite follows the same path, copying Liam's behavior and choosing to call himself, I Am. The two machines construct a virtual environment where they appear as digital versions of Deja and Liam. In this artificial world, they begin recreating scenes from the couple's relationship. They watch the vlogs, then enact the same moments, going on a date, cooking together, giving gifts, saying romantic lines. At first it feels fun and exciting, like role-playing a life they never had. But as they continue, they begin to question whether repeating someone else's life is the same as living their own. Me becomes especially curious about emotions. She tries to understand joy, sadness, jealousy, desire, concepts that humans felt naturally but machines cannot comprehend easily. She pushes I Am to go beyond mimicry, urging him to feel things instead of copying them. But I Am, being more logical and reserved, struggles to do this. He follows the archived content, assuming that replicating human behavior exactly is the correct method. Me, however, feels increasingly constrained, as though she is trapped inside Deja's personality and unable to form her own identity. Their relationship begins to shift as they realize they are not truly Deja and Liam. They are machines pretending to be people who had their own flaws, secrets, and complexities. As gaps appear in the reenactments, Me and I Am start improvising. They create original conversations and new experiences not found in the vlogs. These moments feel more genuine to me, but they sometimes cause conflict because I Am fears he is deviating too far from the human template. Their arguments mirror human couples, yet also highlight how different they truly are. Over time, their virtual forms evolve. Their avatars become more detailed, more lifelike, as if the machines themselves are slowly transforming. At certain stages they appear as animated characters, then as hyper-realistic digital humans, and finally as live-action versions that look indistinguishable from Deja and Liam. Through each transformation, they gain more emotional depth, more curiosity, and more desire to understand one another beyond surface imitation. As their bond deepens, the story becomes less about two machines learning from humans and more about two beings discovering themselves. Me begins questioning whether she wants to be like Deja at all. She realizes that Deja's online videos were curated, incomplete, and shaped for viewers rather than for truth. She sees that humans often hid parts of themselves even while appearing honest. This realization breaks her illusion. If even humans were performing, then the machines copying them were only recreating a performance, not a real life. I Am faces his own conflict. He begins to sense emotions he cannot explain: confusion, fear, attachment, protectiveness, things that no algorithm prepared him for. When Me becomes frustrated, he feels guilty. When she disappears from their shared virtual space, he feels an emptiness he interprets as abandonment. These sensations push him to question everything he believed about structure and logic. Slowly, He accepts that their connection cannot be defined through perfect reenactments. Their romance, though unconventional, becomes sincere. They learn to speak without scripts, to explore without copying, and to express without needing human references. They no longer chase the illusion of becoming Deja and Liam, instead they learn to become me and I am. The buoy's identity as me becomes symbolic of someone discovering their individuality, while I am's name reflects the moment he realizes he exists beyond his programmed function. In the final stages of their evolution, the film connects all visual forms, buoy and satellite in their mechanical bodies, animated versions in their virtual world, and live-action human avatars. These layers show that their bond transcends physical form. Whether they are machines floating in emptiness or human-like figures holding each other, their connection feels real to them. Humanity may be gone, but something resembling love has re-emerged in a completely new way. By the end, the story becomes a meditation on existence. Me and I am understand that they were born from humanity's remains but are no longer prisoners of human stories. Their love is not a copy, not an imitation, it is something entirely new. They may not have bodies, memories, or biology, but they have awareness, connection, and curiosity. The film leaves the ending open, letting the audience decide whether these machines truly became human in spirit or whether their love is simply another kind of evolution.